Hi, welcome back to Grand Central Watch. Really excited to have you back and here with Luke again today.
Hello, how are you?
So today we have a real important topic that we really want to get across because it's something we're discussing every day now down in the store, trying to explain the difference to our customers between a full service where you're taking the whole watch apart like we do here in the store and the quick clean.
Well, the quick clean is exactly what you're saying. It's a quick way to get a watch running again so that it can be sold as a running, working watch.
Got it.
A quick clean is essentially dunking the watch in some type of solvent that is going to clean some of the oils off and make it look nicer for the photographs, but what it doesn't do is get to all the areas of a watch that a full service gets to.
It's really just fooling a customer. Very little's being done. I find that, people do it for a couple different reasons. Number one, there are calibers out there like the Hoya, the Breitling, the caliber 11, the caliber 12, universals that you work on a lot, all those complicated calibers where there are no parts. And even if there were parts, is a dealer going to take that risk to take that watch apart, possibly break that part, and now he's sitting with a broken watch that's maybe
he doesn't know what to do with.
Before you buy something, make sure that you're discussing with the dealer or whoever you're buying it from on the internet that what kind of service did it have? Who did it?
Who did it? Where was it done?
Right.
Can I see pictures of it beforehand? Can I see pictures of it during the servicing like we've started to do for our customers?
Absolutely. Watches are so important now, and all people talk about, like I said, is the exterior, the dials, the hands, was it polished? It's not whether the case was polished, it's whether your watch was serviced and whether it was serviced the right way.
And whether it works and whether it's going to continue to work for the life of it and for the life of the overhaul. Because they take a watch like this, which is essentially a watch from roughly the same time frame. This is a Longines automatic watch. But it's not one that you're going to see all the time and not one that there's tons of parts available for this. And if you're a guy that's just trying to get this done and you break a part of there, you're not going to be able to get the parts for this. So instead of doing that whole service, then they do something like this. The watch sits in there for, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. What it's not doing is getting into any of the parts of the watch that really need to be cleaned. So now at this point, they would go in and try and oil as much as they can get to.
Look, it's even starting to run now. You even got a watch that wasn't working at all and it's starting to run. And when you put a little oil in there, it may even run a little longer.
Right.
So you get it to the 6-month point where your warranty's already over on most places on the internet, and then you're stuck with a watch and now you have to bring here and take it apart like this in order to make it whole again. This is a customer's repair.
Yeah.
They bought this watch and the dial was glued onto the watch. It's horrible. And I know
it's one of the worst that I've seen.
All of those scratches that are underneath the dial.
The scratches that are underneath the dial, several screws that were not the original screws, no dial feet on the dial, no dial screws even if there were dial feet.
Yes.
This watch is a
So
mess.
imagine you went out and you just bought this. How would you ever know that? So on a daily basis, customers are coming in now and bringing us their watches. We're verifying that number one, it's original. That number two, that it's not in this horrible condition where somebody fooled them, said it was serviced, but really, it got the quick clean. What are some of the downfalls by just doing that quick clean?
Right, well a quick clean like that doesn't address all the oiling issues.
If you don't oil the cannon pinion, you're going to destroy setting parts.
If you're not cleaning the drivetrain and you're not pegging the jewels, those jewels and the oils left over there will eventually eat your pivots away.
It's those old oils become like rocks in there over time.
Right, it's essentially like sandpaper in there, and over time that's gonna just erase your pivots.
If you take a movement and you put it in the fancy cleaning machine back there and you run it through that cycle, is that cleaning out the old oil?
No.
Okay, how about if you take the whole watch apart, piece by piece, put it in the baskets in that machine? That cleaning out that oil?
Not if you haven't pegged the jewels.
Okay, so really the only way to do it is cleaning everything by hand and then running it through a cleaning machine.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of time, and that's something that we want to invest here. Our reputation is that every watch that leaves here was done right.
Yeah.
We give 2-year warranty on everything, and there's a reason for that. It's because we have the passion, and we want to do the right thing by the watch and the customer. And I think you should look to find that before you buy a watch. Do your research and know where you're buying and know what you're buying. You're just taking someone's word that this watch was serviced. Like I said, try to get pictures. Get pictures of the watch and the watch being serviced. I think it's the next phase of, these important watches, of any watch. But you're spending 4 figures, 5 figures, and 6 figures on a watch. Please, for the good of, your money and your sanity, that you should know that the watch was done right.
Yeah, so anytime that you get something like this off the internet, or you have questions, you can always ask us questions before you purchase. You can always bring us the watches after you purchase and just have us, verify that you got what you paid for.
So thanks again for watching. I hope you liked this video. I hope that we taught you something today. And if you did, don't forget to click the like button and please subscribe, because we're excited to bring you the next video and to talk more watches.